Hi everyone, welcome to Voice of War. Well, today there's going to be something long that we're starting here, and it's going to be the first time that someone is actually doing on the internet, on YouTube. I've been kind of looking on the videos for the title we have, setting up a Stripe. First thing first, there isn't any video that someone actually does set a Stripe for real. They don't put the information. They all go to the website. They say, okay, you're gonna provide your banking, you're gonna provide your company and everything, but they don't set it up. And after they proceed, we don't know what happens. We don't know if they directly just say, okay, welcome to Stripe, or are there any problems and everything. So I will set my own Stripe. This is gonna be the first Stripe that I set for myself. We have a business Stripe, but that one I didn't set. We have a teammate who's working with us, and he said it. So this is the time that I want to do it by my own. And while I was searching, I said there isn't any actual video. Besides, a lot of American people they put the video. I think this is something that non-Americans are searching more, because in their countries it may be harder for them to open this payment processors as a non-resident US business owner. So like me, being Turkish, my country is not supported on the list of the Stripe or the Shopify payments or anything. First thing first, I'm not a dropshipper, but most people who are trying to set this up are doing dropshipping, and it may also really help you in this video. And one thing I want to say, this is gonna be the first part, and I will be doing everything step by step. And in the end, hopefully, we're gonna have our healthy Stripe, and we're gonna be able to accept the credit card payments or the debit card payments. So I know the reason why you're here. And first thing first, we're going to talking about today is going to be the checklist. What do we need in order to set a healthy long-term Stripe? Guys, first thing, we have to have a US company. Okay, one thing actually, I start counting the things we have. I just want to tell that what they're looking, what they want to see, and what are you. First thing first, we're not American, and we want to have a business in the US, right? So we definitely have to make sure that the regulations and the laws and the payment process and everything, they're going to have the terms and conditions. We have to match with them as a non-resident US business owner. So you don't have to be, it's obvious that as a non-resident, you can have a business in the US, but there are certain things that you need to be following up, and I'll be telling everything you need to do. First thing first, of course, we have to have a US company. You need to have a US company with the EIN number. EIN number is the tax ID of your company. EIN number is issued by the IRS, and your company is going to set by the states. Okay, you can get your company from any state, and you can get your EIN number from any EIN providers. Second thing, after the US company and the EIN number, is going to be our vital information, which is going to be our address and phone number. For these two, you have to provide US address and US phone number. Because why? We are a business in the US. All right, just keep that in your mind. That's what they need to see. That's what they're looking for. You don't have to be American, but as a non-resident, you can have a business in the US, but make sure everything is in the US. So get your phone number and the actual physical address. Both of these things has to be legit and real, because for the phone number, if you're gonna use any virtual number, if ever you face any issues in the future, the verification process goes through the number that you're gonna put. So make sure you have a legit and real number. Same for the address. Do not use a virtual address. Don't use a PO box. Find someone that is in the US that they don't have a Stripe, or I don't know, get an actual physical address provider. There are a lot of services such as ours, and you can take a look at it. But make sure these two are real. All right. Okay. The third thing, guys, the website, the domain you're gonna have. Stick with me here. This is super important, and a lot of people are skipping on this. And I am sure that that's one of the number one thing they're looking for the website. Guys, for the website that you're going to provide while you're sending a Stripe, you have to have your US company name and the US business address written on the footer of the website, on the landing page of the website. Make sure that your company name is there and your address is there, and it's gonna match, because otherwise I could put any website that I find on the online. Make sure that it's not somewhere super hidden or anything. All right, so your US business address and the US company has to be on your website. And when it comes to the website, I'm assuming that you might be a dropshipper, Well, guys, obviously, after like I check on their terms as well, like they don't work with dropshippers, and it's a high business risk. Like you can do your business the way that you do, but at the end, you will kind of have some sort of fulfilling from the US. So make sure if you're showing a shipping option, make sure that it's not shipped overseas. So if it's like shipped overseas, then they're gonna say, okay, it's a high risk business and we can't accept your business. So be smart about it, okay? That's the one thing they're looking as well, I'm super sure. All right, the last thing you have to have is the VPS. Guys, VPS is essential. Companies in the US, actual American companies that are run by Americans, they do use, their IT people are using VPS. All their payment processors, bankings, even the emails they have, they run it through from the VPS. I know it because I had a partnership with an IT engineer who's working for an American company, and they all are like 1000% American, and they are doing the VPS. So don't skip on VPS. And VPS and VPN are different things, all right? Don't use the VPN. Use VPS, because if you're going to use the VPN, it's going to give the server that you connect, the IP that you connect to a lot of people like you, and it may change the IP all the time, and it may kind of like seem as unusual activity. So VPS is essential. Maybe in the future when we're doing it, when I'm actually putting everything then on the checklist to while setting, we might see that there might be a small verification process, and we may need to take a picture on the dashboard of Stripe. So at that process, we may need help of VPN, and when that time comes, I'll be showing to you. But make sure you have your VPS, all right? The last thing you have to have is the ITIN number. Guys, as a non-resident, since you're not going to have an SSN, the one thing you can use, which is same digits with SSN, is ITIN number. Make sure you have your ITIN number. In the beginning, you may not be asked. I will check that. I'm not super sure. But ITIN is something that it takes time to issue by IRS. It takes minimum 6 weeks. And if any service is saying that we're able to get your ITIN in 3 or 4 weeks, it's a cap. Like, don't believe them. So make sure you have your ITIN with you. And that's the last thing that you have to have in order to have the Stripe and run the Stripe for very long term. All right. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. In the next video, I'm gonna be opening my computer, and we're gonna be in my computer, actually, putting everything that is required by Stripe one by one and submitting it, and then we will see how does it go. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you have anything to add or ask, write down a comment and let me know what you're thinking. Thank you so much for your time.